Veterans re-entering civilian life face many challenges, including finding a job. Hi, I'm MONTEL Williams. Welcome to this edition of Military Makeover Operation Career. Today we have 4 inspirational stories of former servicemen and women who have reinvented themselves and are thriving at companies who value their unique skills. With 80 years of experience and 22,000 skilled professionals, MasTec has become a leader in infrastructure construction, spanning a variety of sectors, including oil, gas, power, electrical, water and sewer, plus utilities. Part of their success, as we learned when we visited one of their facilities in Austin, Texas, military veterans.
With a footprint that spans the entire United States, MasTec Utility Services Group is not only responsible for maintaining large swaths of the nation's infrastructure, but also training the next generation of skilled workers for that task. We recently spoke to 3 of their apprentice linemen about the rigors of the job and the many ways their military experience benefits not only themselves, but their company and the country they love.
I did a combat deployment to Afghanistan from 2016, 2017. We were in Helmand province for the first part of the deployment.
The only thing my mom told me when I joined was don't be an infantryman. So I picked the 12 Bravo, not really knowing what it was, but instead of being on the front lines with the infantrymen, we were in front of them. We made sure there was no IEDs in the way.
I was deployed to Kuwait, went to Syria, and then I've been to South Korea. Calf Scout is somebody who basically paints the picture, the battlefield for the commander, so he knows what's out there, what the enemy has, route reconnaissance.
While deployment overseas is never easy and sometimes dangerous, the transition out of the military has its own set of challenges.
I struggled with it a little bit, but after exiting the military, kind of felt like I was alone.
Your day-to-day life not being as structured, not having that structure unless you bring it, and just being able to decide, you know, I want to go do something, and having that freedom at that point that you didn't have for your time serving always.
It could be a little scary, but I was already done with the Army. I figured 4 years was enough, and I wanted to just go out there in the real world and see what I could do.
And MasTec understands that by offering transitioning veterans a chance to participate in the LEAP program, where active duty soldiers receive hands-on training to begin their careers in the power line industry.
MasTec has a program at Fort Hood to where it's a basic climbing school and intro to distribution overhead electrical.
After the LEAP course, MasTec usually hires veterans right on the spot.
And what we learned in the LEAP program was how to climb poles, how to understand our potential hazards.
And in this line of work, there are hazards around every corner, with up to 17,000 volts coursing through these wires. Safety is on your mind every waking moment.
Voltage is probably our main hazard out here.
Because you could easily get zapped, electrocuted, an arc could go in your face. A lot of things could go wrong.
In this line of work, it's very dangerous, and you always wanted to keep eyes on people.
You gentlemen going up in the buckets will utilize your aerial lift protection, which is your harness, which you have it on already, Philip. Good job.
To keep its workforce safe, MasTec has rigorous training and safety programs in place that have earned it wide praise across the industry.
MasTec has a 4-year apprenticeship program. I'm currently towards the end of year 2.
Safety is something preached everywhere. You don't want anyone to get hurt.
I think MasTec is by far the #1 company out there when it comes to safety. When I got hired on, that's all they talked about was safety, and that's what caught my attention.
What also got Ray's attention was the sense of camaraderie that so many vets miss after transitioning.
The crew that I work with, there's definitely veterans in there, so it kind of was like home away from home.
It feels like a good fit for me because they gave me a home after I lost a home in the Army.
The biggest thing is kind of the brotherhood, the kinship. You know, everyone looks out for everybody. It is a, you know, you're always looking out for your brothers. Like the Army, this is a learning organization.
A culture of safety, excellent benefits, and an environment that understands the veteran experience position MasTec as the go-to destination for these hard-working veterans.
I definitely like the people that I work with. It feels more family-oriented here.
MasTec's a great fit for transition service members because of the opportunities it provides you. You know, like the apprenticeship, it's not just a job, you know, they're providing you a skill set and a career.
I have personally told friends, go through the MasTec program. It's changed my life.
MasTec, hiring veterans, powering America.
Technology has created many modern-day miracles, but have you ever stopped to think how we got here and who keeps us going? What if I told you that veterans have made a huge contribution? Let's visit ASML, a leading company that continues to make our future possible.
I joined the Navy, 17, right out of high school. Spent 20 years in the Navy. You know, you have 120 guys, you know, all just working together for a mission. You know, when you're coming out of high school, you don't expect all these 100 strangers that you've never met before that become so close. My last job in the military, I was chief engineer, which is in charge of an entire engineering plant. You know, 300 people that reported to me. And it's different because if I just tell them to do something, they go do it. I have a team of 30 engineers, and our job is primarily to take the product that we're making and support our customers, Intel, Samsung, IBM, all the big chip makers, and teach the local engineers at Intel how to use our tool. We have this huge complex machine, right, where we take a high-powered CO2 laser. We refract it against mirrors to form this high beam of energy to where we shoot this tiny droplets of tin to create this huge plasma burst of energy that which is again used to photoresist, you know, where we kind of like, we take a picture of on your camera and I snap a picture of you, and that image that comes up is what we do on a silicone wafer with this huge magnetic energy is how we make chips. Because we're a huge company, it's not 100 people on the ship, it's 30,000 people.
My job in the Navy was an operations specialist. We were nicknamed the Mushrooms because we worked in a dark room. But basically we tracked ships and airplanes and identified them. Well, I found ASML after I went through school, so I didn't go straight from the military to ASML. I realized that I needed an education, which fortunately the military gave us the GI Bill, right, which really helped there. ASML came to our school when we graduated, and they just stuck out to me right away. I had other offers, but ASML stuck out because they're an international company. I just saw a world of opportunity. I would definitely recommend to anybody, if you want to be challenged, you want to shoot for a goal, then customer support is the place for you. Basically a very expensive camera that produces microchips that change the world. So right now I work on projects that really help our customers get a better service from us, whether that be on how to communicate with them better on the data world or make their systems work better. If you'd like an opportunity and you want to stay continuously challenged, we have open arms. Please drop on by our website or do whatever you can. To me, I didn't know it was going to be a career. And 20 plus years later, I'm still here.
I worked in a prison right out of high school. I was there for just under 3 years. I'm in quality control. I've been in quality control for most of my career. And one of the things I've learned is you have to expect the unexpected. Just knowing where to look and how, knowing where potential defects originate is something I've gotten to be very good at because I've seen it before. There's a lot of opportunities available for you. Everything that you've learned, all the teamwork that you've learned, all the discipline, you can carry that over and be extremely successful. The opportunities and the benefits of this company are just amazing.
America is diversifying its energy options, but oil is still king. Key Energy Services is dedicated to keeping these vital oil wells up and running with the help of a diversified workforce, including many veterans. Welcome to oil country.
The United States consumes a staggering amount of fossil fuel. Meeting that demand is Key Energy Services, one of the largest well services company in the nation.
Energy Services will be here for years to come, for decades and decades. He's over 40 years old and has the largest land-based rig fleet in the United States.
And being one of the largest has its advantages. Key intends to be a major player for years to come.
This industry is not a dying industry. Keys continues to evolve and grow and redefine itself. We're not going anywhere.
The keys to that success are a diverse workforce that includes many veterans from all service branches.
In the military, you get a lot of training on leadership as you progress and you get promoted. That goes along with leadership, your integrity, and being in the military, it's the same thing. You meet guys from all over the country, you know, and you guys work together, you're a team. That's the best way to be, is teamwork, teamwork, teamwork.
On many different levels, we have a very diverse workforce, race, ethnicity, gender, and all levels of leadership.
It's a very diversified workplace, but here at Key, we've embraced that, and it's worked full. It works great.
Being a veteran, a Marine veteran, diversity is what makes this country strong. If we didn't have diversity, it wouldn't be America.
But freedom takes constant vigilance, and these veterans understand that to their core, even against tough odds.
Coming from a reservation with the racism around, you know, and as I got in the military and I experienced other people and their backgrounds and their cultures, kind of tied it all in. So you learn little things how to handle people different because you kind of get the gist of where they're from. My cousin was in the Marine Corps. He came back on leave and he got in a motorcycle accident and he passed away. So a few days later, they had the funeral and the Marine Corps Color Guard, Honor Guard came, and I just seen them walk in, and that's when it hit my mind, like, that's how I want to be. Just seeing their discipline, how they move, I was like, that's what I want to be.
Eric's pride is shared by Patrick.
I was in the Airborne Tank Battalion, so it was being able to support those guys that were out there on the ground fighting and doing that thing from our point of view was really fun. It was a really great experience. That's the one thing I've always taken from my service time, is being really proud to be an American. You know, that's the one thing I've taught my kids, is you always stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, put your hand over your heart, and you show respect.
Patrick is impressive in that he has made the transition from a safety advisor to someone who now is a supervisor of a rig, and to make that jump also shows the type of career growth you can have at Key.
When you're in the military, you develop a work ethic.
Key is a place where you can come and you can start at the beginning and be trained, and you can make it a career.
To all the veterans out there, if you see this, we'll give you a chance to come find another career, find some brothers.
I think veterans are perfect for our workforce. I would be thrilled if we could bring more veterans into our workforce. It is critical to this company's culture and evolution.
Key Energy, powering America while empowering our vets.
Ariel Corporation is one of the largest manufacturers of natural gas compressors. For more than 50 years, Ariel's tradition of quality, integrity, and American-made workmanship have produced compressors that have become the world standard. We visited this family-owned company in Mount Vernon, Ohio, to learn more.
Ariel compressors, which are 100% sourced of American-made parts, are essential in the transportation of natural gas used for power generation, arguably the cleanest source of electricity available to the global market. The success and reliability of Ariel compressors and products are integral in supporting the infrastructure of the entire global energy industry, which is why their employees are some of the best in the industry. Meet Ariel Corporation CEO, Alex WRIGHT.
So actually, Ariel's a family company, so it was founded by my grandfather, and then for the last several decades, my mother's run the company. My grandfather he's still alive, he's 93, and he's probably the best mechanical engineer I've ever been around. Just someone who loves heavy industrial equipment, started as an engine designer, but just in the 60s saw an opportunity for what was a fairly radical new piece of equipment at the time that was directed at a real empty new piece of the oil and gas industry. And he was able to design something that fit really well and carved out a whole new area in the market, and we've enhanced and expanded that ever since. We've actually have over 150 vets, over 10% of the workforce are veterans, and not even including all the retirees we've had over the years. So I think vets bring a mix of skills here. So obviously on the technical side, I mean, we have, for example, we're aircraft mechanics or similar tasks when they come out, and that is directly applicable to what we do. You know, if you set aside the technical parts of the job, I think vets come out with some soft skills that are really valuable too, in terms of teamwork, problem solving. You know, part of running a production facility is there's just continuous problem solving where you need, you know, economic, efficient solutions all the time. And I think our vets excel at that as well.
Meet retired Army veteran Brian NEWCOMB. Shortly after joining the National Guard in 2001, Brian began his career at Ariel and currently works in the Manufacturing Engineering Group.
Total time I spent 24 years in the Guard. I did 4 tours, 2 tours to Iraq, 1 to Afghanistan, and 1 to Kuwait, all while still being employed at Ariel. When I got hired in 2001, I was on the assembly floor, and after my last deployment in 2019, I was offered an opportunity to work in the MEA group, which is Manufacturing Engineering for Assembly. That's been a learning curve. It's been exciting, something new every day.
Wes and Les Kraft served 4 years together in the U.S. Marine Corps Infantry Department, based out of Camp Lejeune. They both currently work at Ariel Corp as maintenance technicians.
Very happy with my job here. I mean, they invested money in training me, and I've been here 2.5 years, and for somebody to be latter middle-aged and have a company still be willing to invest into you, I thought that was very, very impressive to me.
Ariel has did little special things for us. They have a veterans dinner, and they usually have a very good speaker in. Usually they give us some little token gift, and so they go out of their way to not just say thank you, but to show us a thank you. I've never had that in any other company I work, so it is nice, and I'm proud that I work for a company that's made in America.
To find out more about exciting career opportunities at Ariel Corporation, visit arielcorp.com.
Great to see that after sacrificing so much of their military service, today's veterans are able to shine at these outstanding companies. I'm MONTEL Williams. Thanks so much for joining us on this edition of Military Makeover Operation Career. We'll see you next time.